Hey everybody, and welcome back to Accquilt and welcome back to Embrilliance. My name is Sue and I am from OML Embroidery, and today we are going to start working with the Accquilt dies and cutouts and applique inside Embrilliance. Now, Embrilliance is licensed to be able to use these copyright designs, and they have an add-on pack with all the shapes. Not all the shapes, but quite a few of the applique shapes. Now, we can go through a few if you want, but I thought it would be cool to start working on one. So let's get creative and let's use the things that we have here inside Embrilliance software. I have Stitch Artist Level 3, Enthusiast, and Essentials, so I pretty much have everything. And let's get started. So let's, instead of taking the time and the energy to create shapes and make what we're going to make, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm going to use the shapes that are already in Embrilliance, and I think this is kind of fun to do. Let's pick this crescent, let's bring it in and turn it around. What does that look like? Can anyone guess yet? Make it a little bit smaller. Now, right now, it's still a line. There's no stitches on it, so we're going to open up our Stitch Artist and we're just going to fill it. Now, I don't want orange, so let's flip over to color. And let's go, I have mine set on Floriani, but it doesn't really matter what you do. We'll make it graphite, so black. So let's do that, and I just want that stitched out like that. And grab the green square and move it. Right click, and we're going to copy. And then right click, and we are going to paste. And let's grab that green square again. Now we have two. I think we're going to put it around here. Just kind of make it a little bit smaller, although one big, one small looks kind of funny. Can you guys figure out what I'm doing yet? Maybe not. Okay, let's grab another shape. This is how quickly you can do this inside Embrilliance, and it's so much fun. So we're just going to go to basic shapes, and we're going to pick a triangle, and that's going to come in. And we're just going to make it a little bit smaller, grab the green and move it here. Can we guess yet? Now, this is just a shape. We want to put stitches in it, so we're going to fill it up with stitches. And again, I don't want orange, although maybe a yellowy one might look good at some point, but we want the black, maybe. Penguin, same thing, close enough, right? Okay, so obviously you guys can see this is a jack-o'-lantern, but we're missing one thing. We're missing the mouth. So let's go in and grab another shape now. I don't know if you guys will figure out what a good mouth shape would be, but I thought these moons, crescents, would be awesome. And I actually picked this one, and you won't believe it once you guys see. Look. It's a mouth. Now, because it's a shape, let's grab the green. Because it's a shape, we can make adjustments to it before we even stitch it. Because I thought it was a nice smile. I also thought that this looked like a tooth. So we can make another one, why don't we? So let's go to line. And then we can pull it down. Our guy's looking pretty good. We can add another one in here. So let's add a line and make it here. We can add more to it. Or maybe that's good enough. I'm not really sure. We can kind of angle around like that. I actually like how that's coming together. So because this is just a line again, it's not a shape because I moved it around. You can make more adjustments. You can do that. But let's fill it and let's change the color. I guess we can just go to one color and make the whole thing now that we have our pieces down. Let's pick penguin again. All right, so everything's one color. We've done that. Oops, I clicked it again for no reason. Now, you might want to change the angles of the stitches a little bit. I kind of like them. Maybe 45 would be better. I kind of think that looks better. Okay, so we're only missing one part. We're only missing our pumpkin. So let me just finish with my angles here. I'm going to do this one across. That looks way better. So let's bring in our pre-cut pumpkin. And I'm going to go here to Accquilt. Now, I've already paid for and downloaded the extra package, and it's not very expensive and well worth it. It has saved me so much time. Plus, like I said, they are licensed, Embrilliance is licensed to use Accquilt, so it makes it even better. And they have a ton in here. I'm not sure if they're updating it, but it looks like everything that I have. If you saw in a previous video, I showed you guys this one because this is going to be so much fun. I don't have this one yet. Maybe Santa Claus will bring it to me. And here's the one that we want. We want my pumpkins. Now, in one of the videos, I cut out a whole bunch of these wide pumpkins, so I'm going to be using that. So there we go, and we have our pumpkin. Isn't that cute? Now, obviously, the face is a little bit off, so let's rearrange it. Although, with pumpkins, you know, you can do anything you want for a jack-o'-lantern. We can move the eyes around. Now, another thing you can do, because we've got these shapes done, you can turn them and, you know, kind of make your own kind of design like that. Isn't that cute? Just out of shapes that we built here inside Embrilliance. Now, how cute is that? I do like the eyes turned around. Now, wide pumpkin. Let's click on this and let's go to the applique and let's do the simulated color, and we can see clearly when you do this, you can tell that it's in the wrong order because right now we have the face stitching out and then the applique. So we want to move this to first. And now we can see everything. Now, how cute is that? How cute is that? I think that is really awesome. And, you know, you can go in if you don't like the stitches that we have here. Click on your applique, and that's called an E-stitch. I think E-stitch looks fantastic because in general terms for applique, it's really hard to do because you would in normal applique, you would have to cut this perfectly on the placement line. And because we're using pre-cuts, we're using the Accquilt cuts, that it makes this stitch fantastic because you just have to place your fabric down and it'll work out. So it's a really cool thing to do. It's really like high end for applique, but we can change it to blanket stitch, which is pretty much the same, just kind of bigger around, which looks really nice. Satin, if you want to do satin, there it is. That looks to me just as good. Zigzag. Yep, I like the zigzag. I'm not actually sure which one I want to do. I'll probably leave it on E-stitch because I think that really looks the best. So I will pick one of the cute pieces of the charm squares from Craftsy that I cut, and it'll do on this is applique, so it'll do a placement stitch, and then we're going to, because this is a nice flat shape, you have to do it really carefully. You can either fuse it to what you're doing, or you can use some spray just to hold it down because we want this to be a precise placement. So once you get that placed down, it's going to stitch the outside stitches, and then it's going to go ahead with the face, which is going to be super cute. Now, one thing I want to do is we have some jump stitches going on. Now, there's not a whole lot. There's no place to hide our jump stitches or anything like that, but we could put everything in order. So I think it has to be the, move earlier. There we go. So I think it has to be in logical order, and I think it has to be this way. So we want to put it in the closest join. So it's going to stitch the eye and then the nose and then the other eye, and then we want it to come down here. So we need to change the exit point. We want it to come down here, and stitch on here. And that's probably the best we're going to be able to do because we do want the trims in there. Now this one isn't a trim, it's just a machine movement. You can see the difference very clearly. And what about this one and this one? That's about all we can do for that because we can't hide them anywhere. So as long as you get them at the closest join, do the best you can, then it's going to work out fine. So that's it. It won't take you very long to be super creative with AccuQuilt dies and doing applique in Embrilliance. So thanks everyone for watching. I encourage everyone to check out AccuQuilt and realize, I know it's all quilting stuff, what we can do all of this on the machine, and we can do it much easier, and we can design our own. So AccuQuilt is for applique, embroidery applique, not just for quilting. I love it. I think you guys will too. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I am going to stitch it out in the next video so you guys can see how this all comes together, and you can see how cute it is too. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.